Hold on to the steering wheel and it went.
Well, what do you think about the guy that plays Spock? He sure looks like Spock, doesn't he?
He does, and I watched him on Heroes on NBC, and the whole time since I found out that he was playing the character, I could definitely see the Spock character in him because of his mannerisms and his very, way that he turns in these mechanical, animated ways, and he's very slow and methodical, the same way that Leonard Nimoy played the character of Spock. So I've always felt very confident in that, in him playing that part, and I think it's going to show through.
He looks really good. I mean, that one scene where he transports in that side view, my God, I mean, it looks like it could be Leonard Nimoy's son.
Yeah.
His frontal view, though, doesn't really look as good as his profile.
Yeah.
But I just hope that he can play the part. I've never watched Heroes, so I don't know. He's a character in Heroes.
Yeah, he plays a bad guy in Heroes.
He plays a bad guy.
A bad guy. What about the Captain Kirk character? Who's going to play him? Where did he come from?
I don't know where that. No, I don't know where that guy. I've never seen him before. Yeah. I don't know where this guy comes from, but he sure doesn't look nearly as much like Kirk as this guy that's playing Spock looks like Spock.
Right. And there were so many big names that they had. Oh, it's definitely going to be him. It's definitely going to be this one. And
yeah, Matt Damon.
Yeah.
You know why they didn't pick him? Because he was too old by then. This one is portraying very, very young Spock, Kirks, and McCoys and stuff like that.
That's partially why I think Abrams is going in the right direction, because he's getting those teenagers hooked into the show.
Right.
And that's what's important to do to give it a whole new legacy to go on to move forward.
Right. But I noticed that even on the scenes where they had the interior of the Enterprise, it still looks more next generation-y than it does old Star Trek classic.
I think there's a real reason for that, because the people's have refined their viewing habits or whatever, and if you have a representation of that original Star Trek sets, it looks too plain, it looks too stripped down. People are used to seeing more detail in those sets, and I think that they would feel the same way. When you're bringing that new generation of people on, they would see this like, well, these high school people, is this a fan film? They wouldn't get it. They would certainly look at it as less because it's so watered down.
And I think that's the thing that sort of identifies the old classic Star Trek, is the very colorful, almost rainbow-looking colors.
It was very much, that art design of the 60s, you could clearly see that in the vibrant colors and the way that it looked.
I wonder if any of these people are Captain Pike. In the Star Trek lore,
I'm willing to bet that Abrams just leaves that he just leaves that alone.
Do you think so? Because in the Star Trek lore, Spock was on the Enterprise supposedly for 13 years before Kirk came on.
See, here's where you're going to get
So I mean, Abrams is already busting canon there again. So JJ. I like what you're doing, but you need to kind of watch out what you're doing. We have a Bible here. It's called the Star Trek Bible.
I think it's a little late for that, Stan. I think it's probably already in the can. And for me, I can see all of these episodes as individual, different series, I should say, as individual little shows. And I don't bring that dogma to the table. I don't bring all that past because I just can't keep up with it. And I don't care to, I just want to see a good story. And that's why I really even enjoyed Babylon 5, because it was super low budget, super low production value, and I just want story. I don't really care about that and care about past and all that stuff. I just want to see, I'm just hungry for any kind of sci-fi-ish stuff. And so
you said the B word. You realize that.
What, the Babylon?
You said it again.
What's wrong with it? It had a good run with all that crazy hair guy,
Wash your mouth out with